Here are some of the things that you have said. I'm going to start back at the beginning. Michelle says, I'm keeping a healthy eating plan for the most part. I've been surprised that I'm not very hungry at all. Well, lucky you. That is not the case for me. Larry says he's doing it now, so he's trying to keep his healthy eating in check. So good luck to you, Larry. Beverly says, every morning I start out trying to keep it healthy, but by noon I'm looking around for contraband. I may have hit it and forgot about pre-quarantine era. Yeah, I hear you on that. Megan says, yes and yes. Yes, I'm trying to eat healthy. Yes, I'm not worrying about it until after the quarantine. Elizabeth says, I'm trying to do my 10,000 steps every day, and the eating is under control until about 4. Yeah, that's a tough one, and it's so discouraging because it's like you can get through most of the day, and then all of a sudden you just kind of throw it all away, and it's just, ugh, I've been there so many times. Kimberly says, I pretty much am sticking to my healthy eating plan. My downfall is baking, though. Breads, apple crisp, cheesecake. Then I believe that she posted a picture of an apple crisp. Thank you, Kimberly, for making me even more hungry. Roxanne says, I'm following my meal prep. Not easy because all my mom does is cook. Sounds like it's good that you got quarantined in and shut in with your mother, though. Sandra says she's going to wait until after. Not worry about it. Adele says, there are so many recipes I've been meaning to try when I have time. Then I remember there's only me here to eat them. I say make them and then freeze leftovers or share with neighbors. Honestly, really. Marcy says, just trying not to overeat because of boredom. I hear you, sister. Keep at it. Lori says, we are probably eating better because we are eating in. We have run out of cookies and tasty cakes, so things are about to get real around here. Eve says, trying to stay healthy, exercise some more, and not overdrink alcohol. And Jim says the diet starts Monday. If you know Jim, he says that every day of every week, of every month, of every year. Here's the other thing about the food hoarding, which, you know, people are still bashing people for hoarding all this food and the shelves being empty. The fact that Lori said we're not going out to eat brings up a very good point. I heard somebody talking about this on the news today, too. We're all eating 3 meals a day at home. That is not usually the case, plus snacks, not usually the case in everyday life. Usually there is a lunch out, be it at school or at work, or you're stopping for your coffee and maybe a quick sandwich on the way into work. You're taking the family out for some quick fast food after practices and such. None of that is really happening, not in the way that it used to. So we're all needing more food and supplies in the house because we're trying not to leave it, right? So let's stop a little bit with the judgment. It's really starting to bug me. I got enough food for a week and a half, and my neighbor was going to the grocery store yesterday, and she even picked me up another package of romaine. So I've got another 3 days of salads on hand. I might not have to go to the store now until next Saturday, which would make me feel a whole heck of a lot better. So we'll see how it goes. We will see. Today's blog post is all about the bless of this mess. Is there a blessing? Yes, of course there is. To me, it's a recalibration of what brings you happiness. And I love that word. It's a recalibration. We're figuring out what's really important. When we get stuck inside our 4 walls, we figure out what really brings us joy, what really brings us contentment, what really brings us peace. It's no longer about material things, keeping up with the Joneses and how good we look. It's about the small things that we look forward to every day. It's about the fact that we are healthy and surrounded by the ones we love. And in some cases, it's back to survival mode, trying to keep up with our bills, finding money for food, which strips things down in a whole different way. The good news is a stimulus package is on its way to being passed and implemented, and the majority of us will be getting a check soon from the government. That should definitely help if you have found yourself without any income. Just a little heads up in case you're not realizing they are basing this off your 2018 tax returns. So the income requirements are from the tax return you filed in 2018, whether it be single, a married couple, what have you. Meanwhile, again, Dave Ramsey advice on what to do when you lost your job. Pay for these things first in this order: food, utilities, shelter, and transportation. Even those things can be negotiable right now. Unless you are absolutely scared you will not have enough money for food, I say pay what you can now, because even if you get a payment deferred, you will eventually have to pay it, and then you might feel yourself being a little bit behind. Like I said, follow Dave Ramsey on Instagram, @Dave Ramsey. Amazing tips for your financial life. But food, heat, electricity, they are at the forefront of importance. Not only are the checks on the way, but unemployment benefits are being raised and prolonged. And lucky you. I've been on unemployment several times. It's really just the nature of my former career path, the radio path. I've been fired a lot. I say that. That means that I went on unemployment quite a few times. I think I've been on it 3 times. But I have never had benefits extended. So this is a big deal. They're extending them for an extra 3 months. So you're already guaranteed 9 months of unemployment. That's pretty darn good. Now, with some of the financials getting in order, you can hopefully relax a little. If you are stuck at home, meaning you aren't deemed essential, and thank goodness, thank you for those workers who are getting out there and getting us what we need as a country on a whole every single day. But if you are not one of those people, you are finding yourself with a new way of life. One that entails not leaving the house. One that has you spending a lot of time with family, or maybe completely on your own. How have you been handling it? Are you loving it? Are you hating it? What can you do to make it better? It comes down to this. It really has always been about the small things. What are the things in your home that you can enjoy right now? No matter how small it is, relish it. Look forward to it. Embrace it with the enthusiasm of a 4-year-old on Christmas morning. Like what? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Lighting a candle, a long bath, a few moments outside on a warm, sunny day. Sit back and watch your children. I tell you to do this often. Be all of them. You made them. Watch your pet for a little while and smile with gratitude that you have them in your life. I do this with Tucker all the time. I just watch her sleep. I smile when she snores. I give her a hard time when she toots. She brings me so much joy, and I try to never take that for granted. Look around your home and how you've decorated it. Drink it in. Appreciate the aesthetic. Feel pride in your skills. Cook a favorite meal. May I suggest lasagna. Put on some music and drift away. Read a good book. Listen to podcasts. Take an online course. Build up a skill you've always wanted to learn. Start up a hobby you have always been interested in. Now more than ever, we realize it is, and really always has been, about the small things. Don't take them for granted. Appreciate them. Embrace them. Celebrate them. I hope you are finding some joy throughout your day. It's really what life is about. After survival, of course. It is I Wish It Were Cocktail Friday, Thursday. But you go ahead and you have a cocktail today if you want. We have to give ourselves a little something extra in these days. Be it a cookie, a small treat, or an adult beverage. I have to tell you, still buying a dozen bagels, never a good idea. I'm having a bagel every morning. Other than that, been sticking to my healthy eating regime. But I have not been able to forego that bagel in the morning. Cannot keep them on hand. I cannot be trusted. But the Hopefulist says it's okay. So do what's going to make you happy. Don't go crazy, but you do what's going to help get you through this tough time. Go be your badass self and make today your best day yet.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.